PSA, don't be afraid to have vulnerable moments. What's up, y'all? Don't mind my son in the back. But this is an encouraging message for people to not be embarrassed or ashamed about their weak spots or their vulnerable moments, especially publicly, in public spaces or with individuals that don't personally know you, because you'll be shocked where community will come from. So, as many people know, I moved to Florida like 6 years ago. I don't have much family, didn't really know anybody. And I rented this house on a street where there was probably only like two or three other houses on that street. So, all of us neighbors were extremely tight knit. So, I had a neighbor who he was Trini. And if you know anything about their culture, some of them just live for the turn up. It could be a random Tuesday. Sorry, y'all. But anyways, it could be a random Tuesday. They'll want to turn up. They'll want to get crunk, get litty. One time there was a hurricane. We ain't have power for like 6 hours. We turned up. We went and found some place that had authentic roti. They still had power. It was across town. Came back to the community and just got lit off of whiskey until the power came back on. But anyways, one day my neighbor had a friend over who's also Trini. He was a little bit more elderly, and they were drinking whatever. So we were all outside having some drinks, just chilling or whatever, and just shooting the shit, just talking about life. My son was out there running around doing his regular, and for everybody that knows, he has special needs, so he has his ways about him. He's also very clingy and very attached to me, so it's hard to like get a sitter. It's hard to like leave him for long periods of time, so he mostly goes everywhere with me all the time, because he's special needs. So anyways, my neighbor's friend, he took a particular liking to my son. And I wasn't sure why. And, like as a mom, we tend to be a little bit mama bear and more leery of having people around our children, especially when they can't advocate for themselves in certain things. But he let me know, observing me and my parenting and my patience and everything with my son. He was just weaning off of being breastfed at the time. So he was still very clingy, very much on me, always touching my chest and stuff, always like still trying to dig in there, thinking that he was going to get some milk. So my neighbor's friend, he was just like, we were just drinking, so it was getting a little vulnerable. And he was just like, how do you handle all of this? Like, where's the dad? How do you do stuff for yourself? Like, do you ever go to the spa? Do you ever go on vacation? Like, what do you do? And I told him I work from home. And when I travel, my son travels with me. When I go to get my nails done or something, which is very not often, he comes with me. Very far and few in between do I leave him with people, because I know it could be a lot and everybody can't handle it. Especially like when the relatives you do have, like they are a little bit more old school and not truly understanding to like the special needs community and the disabled community. So like I said, for those reasons and other reasons, I'm super overprotective over my children and just keep them with me. But the guy, he was just so, I guess, enamored by my resilience and my strength and my will to just be patient, to work with my son, to not give up on him, to not just throw him to any old person so that I could do me or have me time or whatever. Like, I was really on my mommy shit at that point in time. Like I said, I was down in Florida. I didn't have nobody like that. So I was just doing my thing, working, keeping him at home with me. It was post-pandemic. So shit just started opening back up. It wasn't no daycares. It wasn't all of that. So it was a lot. But I was talking about my friend's birthday that was coming up and how I don't know if I'm going to be able to go. And just all of this stuff because of money and travel arrangements and needing to make sure there's certain accommodations for my son. And this is why I say don't be afraid about vulnerability. This is why I say don't be afraid about having those weak spots for you. Be open, or be open to communication and stuff, because you'll be surprised where your village comes from. I didn't know this man from a can of paint, but he expressed to me, he was that type of child. He was that type of child that was very clingy. It was hard for him to get off the boob. He was breastfed for an extremely long time. His father didn't understand. His siblings didn't understand. He used to get picked on by his siblings because he was so clingy and on to his mom and a mama's boy. And just nobody got him. But his mom was very patient, and he rarely seen her do for herself. He rarely seen her go out and leave him. She just always had him with her. And he was just like, you remind me so much of my mom, and how your son reminds me so much of me. And that's why I was so consumed with you guys and y'all interactions and y'all engagements. So long story short, because excuse my son having a tantrum in the back, he paid for that whole trip. He pulled his card out. He made me pull up the flights. He made me pull up the hotel accommodations and all of that. And he was just like, you deserve to do you. You deserve, and the fact that you travel with your son, he deserves to see things. He deserves to go out. Doesn't matter if he's a handful. It doesn't matter if he's a little more difficult or whatever people want to label him. You guys are still deserving to exist in this world, and you work so hard. And that wasn't the only trip. We had a cruise coming up too. And he was just like, when it comes time to do the deposits, let me know. And I'll take care of the deposits as well. And he took care of everything. I ended up putting my trip on a firm. So I paid for the remainder of the trip. But the one trip, the girls trip that was coming up, he paid for the whole thing. And then my cruise, he paid for the deposit. And like I said, I didn't know this person, but it was just having a simple moment of vulnerability and a simple moment of communication, not being offended by people asking questions, not being taken aback by someone staring or observing, because we can get so in our feelings and so what are you looking at? What do you want? And you just never know who wants to bless you. You just never know who sees a part of themselves in you and they want to assist you. So I just wanted to share that quick story time about my younger years and when my son was younger, how we got to travel a lot, because this was just one of many instances of beings that we ran into who just respected the light and the love that me and my son share, the patience that I share with him to continue going on, continue working hard, continue still providing, not having a bitter heart or a bitter soul for being a single parent. And they really helped me out. Like I said, even though I didn't have that physical community, I had beings along the way that were sent to help me endure and to help me keep going and to give me those spaces to enjoy vacations or spa days or trips to the salon or whatever, to just take care of me because I am serving my son. So I just wanted to share that quick story time, y'all. Peace.